Elon Musk has ushered in a new era of new media that is conquering, taking over, and winning against the legacy or dinosaur media that was gatekeeping the message and determining what you could say or hear online. Now, on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, he's declaring that pushing corruption so far has actually put his life at risk. We'll tell you what's going on and why the desperation is reaching a crescendo all across the entertainment sphere. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Come one, come all, heed the call of understanding entertainment. It is a joy, it is a passion, and we are very happy to share it with you. Folks, as we get ready to do so, consider clicking the like button. Also, if you'd like to venture on over to thatparkplace.com, well, it's a little website we run, and we would love to have you join us over there. Bookmark it for your browser. And hey, for $5 a month, you can also become a VIP member and gain access to even more stuff, the kind of stuff you need to know what's going on in Hollywood. All right, folks, let's get started. Panel of excellence, video of greatness. You betcha, it's all we know how to do, and we're doing it right now. It is that Elon Musk on the new media is saying that the corruption that he's been uncovering, and by the way, we've talked about some of this corruption. USAID, one of those situations that was paying huge, vast amounts of money to support the journalism industry, and apparently in a way that was deeply flawed and may have allowed for significant misinformation to reign supreme upon our airwaves. Well, Elon Musk uncovering this with Doge and his Doge-mobile might be getting him in big trouble, at least with those who would do him harm. Let's listen again. It's coming from Joe Rogan, the new media. Joe Rogan, of course, beating Joe Scarborough and Morning Joe by millions and millions and millions because the new media is the winner. Here's what Elon Musk has to say about weeding out corruption and what it's doing to him. Here we go, folks.
It's more than just insider trading. Like the insider trading stuff, like the stock portfolio stuff is quite trackable, but there's it's a lot more than insider trading.
The way they're acquiring wealth.
Correct.
And what other methods?
I mean, this is really going to get me assassinated. It's like I'm not lengthening my lifespan by explaining this stuff.
I just want to jump in. He's asked how are they increasing their wealth? Talking about the politicians and the bureaucrats, right? Talking about the people who go into Congress and they have, $100,000 salary or whatever it is, and somehow they amass like a, $10 million, $20 million, $50 million, $100 million net worth. Like, how does that happen? How do you get wealthy while you're doing a job that doesn't pay that much? Well, he's asked that question. And by the way, those are the kinds of people who control the media. They're the ones who are controlling the media, at least the legacy media, that they controlled you and what you were allowed to think, say, speak, and prevented you from being online if you didn't think exactly what they said. If you didn't toe the line, freedom of speech was not there on the web. The question is, how did those people get wealthy? How do they get this kind of power? And Elon's response, Elon, the richest guy in the world, Elon's response is basically, I really can't tell you this stuff.
To say the least. I mean, I was supposed to go back to DC. How am I going to survive? This is going to kill me for sure. In fact, I do think like it's like I actually have to be careful that I don't push too hard on the corruption stuff because it's going to get me killed. Yeah, it's like I was actually thinking about that on the plane flight over here. It's like if I push too hard on the corruption stuff, people get desperate.
All right. Panel, this is amazing. The man who is in charge of cleaning up the government, who has already exposed that there was this huge funneling of money into the legacy media to make sure that even if they failed in the marketplace, they could not fail backed by the government. He's basically saying he can't push too much harder because the powers that be, the desperation is getting to the point where they will delete him. And he's breaking the news on the new media, which is, by the way, where you would want to be if you want to have that go viral because nobody's watching the legacy anymore. Panel, your thoughts on Elon coming out and suggesting that his life is in danger if he continues going any farther?
He's right. I mean,
Yeah.
These are some of the most richest, most powerful people in the world, and they are going to defend themselves. I think because I honestly think when he says this, he's not being facetious. He's not joking. I think he is as serious as a heart attack. Like my life is literally going to be in danger if I keep doing this.
He has. I think he has clearly seen some of the things the Clintons have done in the past. That's what's going on here.
Ask the Kennedys how that goes.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, it's.
Again,
I mean, look what happened to Trump.
That same point. Ken Reinhardt just made that same point in the chat. Again, we did it.
Yeah.
Ken Reinhardt and I are on the same wavelength, apparently.
It's it's not just Musk, obviously. I mean, I don't know if he's allowed to. I don't know if President Trump is allowed to put Secret Service around him or not. I don't know what those rules are, but he probably needs it. But it's very, very frightening when this might be a bad example, but I was actually a pretty big fan before I knew about the actor of House of Cards. And I thought House of Cards actually did a maybe almost too good of a job of exposing kind of how corrupt Washington, D.C. is and the people in it by putting a literally corrupt man in the place of the main character there with Kevin Spacey. I think that House of Cards, they did a good job of showing some of the corruption, but by making it look like it was a fiction, they were trying to downplay the actual stuff, because I think what's actually going on in Washington, D.C. with corruption is far worse than any of us can actually imagine. And we could probably imagine a lot. And it's really scary when you think about what Elon Musk has already seen, if it's put him in that much danger. It's frightening.
Erica, let's talk about the desperation that's being generated here. Musk has essentially through his purchase of X and what happened, he has basically completely flipped the entire industry. It was all about legacy. It was all about the cable channels, all about ABC, NBC, CBS. He has completely changed that. And because he's completely changed it with the new media, YouTube basically, has come along. So has Facebook, so has Instagram. Like, everybody switched over to the X model, and the X model is free speech. So that tore down the gate. That meant that they can't maintain the message and force you to say whatever they say. They cannot enforce the parroting online. And at the same time that Musk is doing that, he's also outing the corruption that was existing behind the scenes and then putting that out for everyone to see on the new media. So that's where the desperation is coming from. They've lost money, they've lost all the institutional power and money, and he's putting the dirty laundry out there for them to see. Now he's saying, I can't go much farther, because they're actually getting so desperate, like they'll go to deranged actions to stop this. Erica, is that your thought too? That, I know Elon has tremendous security, but you think they've reached that desperation level now?
Oh, yeah. It's been reported for a while now that Elon's life is potentially in danger, because essentially he knows where the bodies are buried. And I've kind of been praying for the guy and Trump. And they're losing control. They've lost control of the narrative and the messaging. The way America voted just communicates to these people, the narcissists, that, they're losing. And yeah, you got to be careful, because we all know they are extremely rich and powerful, and they know how to make people disappear, and they know how to get away with it. And it's really really sad because the type of justice that we want, we're never really going to get it. And in a sick way, we kind of don't want it because we don't want to see people like Elon, get hurt. And it sucks to say that,
Well, and they never
Um,
thought, Erica, they never thought when they were designing all of these apparent systems to slush around the money, taxpayer money, they never thought that somebody was going to come strolling in with artificial intelligence and basically break the code, right? In days. This was supposed to be so complex, so complicated that it would take people hundreds of years to ever figure it out. And AI came in and just blew it open. And Elon's the one who brought the AI in and said, hey, here's what Big Balls found. Here's what we've got. We found out that you all have been sending money everywhere, and we know it. We've got the receipts, and I think
And
that's the desperation.
yeah, and I feel sorry for these guys like Trump and Elon because I can't imagine what it's like on a day-to-day basis. The people you're surrounded with, you're still looking over your shoulder because you don't know who are the good actors that are around you. All it takes is one person, just one, and your life could be in a blink of an eye because that person was working undercover for anyone else, and it's scary. They really are risking their lives for the American people when you think about it.
Oh yeah, and then add to this. Okay, so we know that the head of the New York FBI field office was exited from that function, and we know that the U.S. Attorney General now says that there are truckloads of these quote unquote the list papers. Who knows? We'll see. No presumptions here, folks. We're not going to imagine that it's coming out tomorrow or the next day. But I would say desperation's got to be really high amongst the most powerful, the elites. And the only way that I can see that Musk continues to get to do what he needs to do to clean things up is if there are so many people uncovering so many things that they can't pick out one person. Like as long as it's a movement, it's a wave that they can't control just by stopping one person, then I think this is going to be successful. But we'll see. And it's going to have major implications as we move into the new media fully, right? Because where is this all going to play out? On the new media. That's where the news will break. That's where the conversations and interviews will happen, not on the legacy dinosaur media that was essentially being lifted up, held up to hold down the American people for so long via government money. Anybody else want to weigh in on this one?
I'm afraid
Oh.
to, honestly.
Well, I would say also it's a thing that you have to note. This is not a blue versus red situation right here because there is corruption on both sides of that aisle, and the dangers that Elon Musk faces by exposing that corruption does not come from any one side. This is a rot in government. It's a rot in the two-party system within both parties. It's a lot of bank accounts, both red and blue, that are going to get a lot lighter, and that's going to be, that's going to be the problem for him. So, God bless him.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
All right. Well, we will keep an eye on it, folks, and hopefully everything goes well for Elon and for everybody else who's trying to clean it up. You can have your opinions on Elon. You can like him, dislike him, like what he's doing, not like what he's doing. But we hope that he keeps doing stuff because, well, we want everybody to keep doing, being, living, breathing, and making the world a better place if they can. And folks, we have come to the end yet again. Another video of excellence in the can. What a joy it has been to share time with you. We hope you enjoyed it as well. If so, consider clicking that like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. And as always, drop a comment down below. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, so waste not yours. Join a community dialogue today, just on down below. Folks, we are going to say farewell for now, but we will see you back. 4 is more, and that's how many videos we put out every single day here on the Pro Channel. Hope you enjoy them all. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you?
Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun. Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.